celebrating Easter. Some of you are confused. You're saying grace started at Calvary. You interpret the Old Testament as law and the New Testament as grace. But the truth is, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. As you didn't know, grace was speaking in the garden when God covered Adam and Eve. Grace was floating on the flood waters when Noah found favor in God's eyes. Grace was walking out of Sodom, pulling Lot from destruction. Grace was meeting a murderer in the desert when God called Moses. Grace was shining through the blood on the doorpost at the Passover night. Grace was falling like manna in the wilderness, feeding ungrateful people daily. Grace was standing in front of a gulf, choosing mercy over wrath. Grace was calling a pagan from Ur, making Abraham a father of nations. Grace was hiding in the scarlet court of Rahab, preserving a prostitute from purpose. Grace was restoring a fallen king when David cried for mercy. Grace was lifting a weeping prophet when Jeremiah said, "Great is your faithfulness." Grace was sitting beneath a withered plant, teaching Jonah about God's heart. Grace was dancing in the fiery furnace with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Grace was roaring in the lion's den as Daniel laid his head on peace. Grace was whispering through the prophets, foretelling a Savior who would come. And finally, grace was hanging on a bloody cross, crying, "It is finished. I have finished."